Hey, it is day 2 here of the game plan. And today we're going to be talking about the subject of attitude. You can't be a smart cookie if you got a crummy attitude. It's really the game changer. Recently I was speaking at a large corporate event where the top managers had gathered for a 3-day seminar. And we'd spent a whole lot of the session on working on the importance of your mindset, how your attitude determines your altitude of where you're going in life. And these business leaders, they knew the impact of outlook and having a positive mindset. They understood that there's a choice to be made each and every day to have a winning attitude. But what also became apparent after spending time with them and getting their feedback was that the attitude of the team leader was the largest determining factor in the success of the team. See, leaders, parents, teachers, your attitude affects much more than just you. You know that it's true. I mean, here, look at this example. Maybe very close to home. In fact, right in your home. If you or your spouse have a rough day and bring that negativity home, what happens? Well, ain't nobody happy. How often have you seen the temperature of the room change immediately when one of you goes negative or becomes critical? Faces fall, shoulders sag. There's nothing like it. But the opposite is also true. How many of you know a person who chooses to look on the bright side of things even when they may get hit with a body blow, or they determine that they will not be controlled by their circumstances? We all know that person. We're all drawn to them. There's an old ancient proverb that says, a merry heart makes the face cheerful, but heartache crushes the spirit. Your attitude determines whether or not you're going to get back up, press on, or whether you're not. It determines if you're going to see work as a drudgery, or as just a way to pay your bills, or part of a greater calling. The noted English architect, Sir Christopher Wren, was supervising the construction of a cathedral in London. A journalist thought it'd be interesting to interview maybe some of the workers that were there, and he chose 3 of them to talk to, ask them about their job and what they were doing. The question was, what are you doing? It's funny how different the 3 replied. The first one said, I'm just cutting some stones for 10 shillings a day. The next one said, I'm putting in 10 hours a day on this job. The third one said, I'm helping Sir Christopher Wren construct one of London's greatest cathedrals. They all looked at it different. Your attitude will determine your success in life. I want to ask a friend of mine to join us here from Houston, Texas. He knows a little bit about attitude, always has a positive attitude. If you've ever seen him, he's always smiling. He's built an amazing church called Lakewood Church, and his books are touching so many lives. He is impacting and influencing so many people, and I am so honored to call him a friend. So glad that he's joined us today on day 2. Our coach is none other than Joel Osteen. Hey, Joel, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks so much, Dr. Dave. We want to tell you how much we love you and all that you do to help people to reach their dreams. You inspire people, you encourage them, and we all need somebody to give us a boost in life, and that's what you're so good at, inspiring people, using your humor, and just helping them to become who they were created to be. But we celebrate what you're doing.
Hey, thanks, Joel. You're so kind, and I appreciate you. But let's get right to these questions. Number 1, why is my attitude so important?
Yeah, attitude is so important, Dave, because it can determine, how high you're going to go in life. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you're negative, if you're bitter, if you can't get along with people, if you're just discouraged through life, then you're not going to reach your full potential. So I think it's so important in the morning to get up and choose what kind of day it's going to be. You may not always feel like having a good attitude, but you got to get up and say, okay, I'm going to find something to be grateful for. I'm going to be grateful for my health. I'm going to be grateful for what's right. I'm going to look at what's right and not what's wrong in my life. And see, I've learned how you start the day many times will determine what kind of day you're going to have. And I think a lot of people are waiting for their feelings to come along to, hey, I feel like having a good attitude. I feel like being positive. But those feelings don't always come. It's a choice that we have to make. And I like to say it like this: God is a positive God. If you're going to reach your full potential, you have to get in agreement with God. I mean, the scripture talks again and again about rejoice in the Lord always and count it all joy even in difficult times. I mean, our attitude is all about, things may not be perfect, but I'm going to choose to see the best. I'm going to choose to believe that something good is in store. I'm going to choose to believe that God is fighting my battles. I'm going to choose to believe that I haven't seen my greatest victory yet. So I think the attitude is a choice, and it is incredibly important.
That's so true, Joel. Attitude is a choice. Every day when you wake up, you got a choice. Good morning, Lord, or good Lord, morning. Let me ask you another question. A lot of people struggle to stay positive. I know I do. It's work for me every day. I mean, I'm naturally probably a pessimist. I mean, even my blood type is B negative. But can you give us some tips on developing or maintaining an upbeat mental attitude? PMA, positive mental attitude. How do we keep that going?
I realize a lot of people are positive or negative because of how they were raised. I mean, I came from a positive environment with my parents being upbeat and optimistic and speaking faith into me. Some people were not raised that way, and they don't really realize that they're negative, even in their thoughts. It's just a natural negative thing about, hey, I'm unlucky, nothing good's ever going to happen to me, I always get the short end of the stick. But I do believe that we can change that. I think you have to do it one thought at a time. You have to make up your mind, I'm going to focus on the good and not what's wrong. I'm going to thank God for what's right and what I do have, not what I don't have. So it's just little by little, you have to make those choices. I think sometimes it's even good to put reminders up on your wall, on your bathroom, in your office. It's just positive declarations. Today is going to be a great day. I'm approved by God. I'm talented. I'm strong. I mean, you have to have the right recording playing in your mind. And if you can start developing those habits, just like you can develop habits of being negative and you may not realize it, I believe you can develop this habit of being positive. It's one step at a time. You don't have to change overnight, but little by little, God can take you to where you start seeing the best. And the thing is, it's not just about being positive. When you're positive, you're releasing your faith. You're saying, God, I believe you're in control. And so that's what allows God to do great things in your life.
Well, Joe, I love that part about putting up declarations, writing it down. I tell people all the time, get that. The rest of your life will be the best of your life. Put it up on your mirror. Put it up the rest of your day will be the best of your day. That's some great advice. And changing one thought at a time. That's all you got to remember, one thought at a time. It's daily work to work on your attitude. That's why we're continually renewing our mind. The Bible said, be transformed by the renewal, not the removal of your mind, the renewal of your mind. It's all about the attitude. Hey, I want to thank Joel for joining us today, and thank you. We just finished day 2. We've only got, 27, 28 more days to go. Tomorrow, we're going to discuss the attitude of determination. You're going to love my friend that we got with us tomorrow. It's going to be a great day.